Hello students, welcome to our LSD classes. Today in this class we will be reading a poem from the 11th class English book. The poem is The Voice of the Rain, which is written by Walt Whitman. Before going to the text, let us gather information about the poet Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman, whose full name was Walter Whitman, was born on May 31st, 1819 in New York. He was an American poet, journalist, and essayist whose verse collection Leaves of Grass, first published in 1855, is a landmark in the history of American literature. Whitman was called as the Bard of Democracy, and he was considered as one of the most influential poets of America. He is well known for his free verse. He laid a strong emphasis on the individual self. He wrote of the divinity of the self and of the individual as well as the community of man. He lived up to 26 March 1892, spending his last days in New Jersey. At the time of his death, Whitman was more respected in Europe than in his own country. It was not as a poet, indeed, but as a symbol of American democracy that he first won recognition. In the late 19th century, his poems exercised a strong fascination on English readers who found his championing of the common man idealistic and prophetic. Now let us see the central idea of the poem. The poem, The Voice of the Rain by Walt Whitman, signifies the eternal role that the rain plays in nurturing, quenching, nourishing, purifying, and beautifying the various elements of earth. It pays back its favor to its origin. The voice of the rain is a journey of water which starts from the seasons of evaporation to the seasons of rejuvenation and rebirth. Now, before we start the poem, let us know that this poem, Voice of the Rain, is a very beautiful and unique conversation between the poet and the showers that are falling very softly to the earth. Here, the poem starts with a question which Whitman puts to the falling showers, and he says, "Who art thou?" Art thou is the Old English, which means are you. And when he puts a question to the falling showers, he gets an unexpected answer. That means when we come to know that the rain is giving an answer, it means that the rain has been personified by the poet. Now, what is personified or personification? It is a figure of speech in which inanimate things or non-living things are given the qualities of human beings. That means they are able to speak as we human beings do. For example, if we say the sun smiled at the earth, or if we say the stars danced in glee, or if we say the opportunity knocked at my door. So these things, the sun, the moon, opportunity, the stars, all these are inanimate things, but they are here shown as smiling or knocking or dancing, which is a human quality. So such things or such kind of things, when we use for an inanimate things, we give human qualities, it is known as personification. So now the poem is a conversation between Walt Whitman and the falling showers, and it is a very beautiful conversation in which Walt Whitman compares the creation of a poetry and the creation of rain forming into clouds and again coming back to the earth in the same way. He feels so blissful while watching the falling showers that suddenly he puts a question to the falling showers. And he says, "And who art thou?" said I to the soft falling shower, which, strange to tell, gave me an answer, as here translated. So here Whitman is saying that when he saw the soft falling showers of rain, he suddenly asked, "Who art thou?" Means, who are you? Which, strange to tell, here why it is said that when he heard the answer from the shower, he felt strange because he didn't expect an answer from the falling showers. So he felt strange when the showers gave an answer to him. Now, this conversation between the poet has been translated in this poem. So now the rain is giving an answer and it is saying, "I am the poem of earth," said the voice of the rain. When the question was put, "Who are you?" to the falling showers, the rain gave the answer to Walt Whitman, or the poet, that "I am the poem of earth," said the voice of the rain. "Eternal I rise, impalpable, out of the land and the bottomless sea." Now here, the rain is telling that eternal I rise. That means the rising of the water from the water bodies forming clouds. This is an eternal cycle which never ends. It never comes to an end. And impalpable means which is unseen. When the water rises in the form of vapor from the water bodies of the earth, it is not seen by anyone. Out of the land and the bottomless sea, upward to heaven, whence, vaguely formed, altogether changed and yet the same. So after the water rises in the form of vapor, it accumulates itself over the sky and it forms into clouds. And yet it is unchanged, though the physical body of the water is changed from water to water vapor and then to clouds. But still it is unchanged. That means the water, the properties that a water has, the properties are there itself. And yet the same. I descend to lave the draughts, atomies, dust layers of the globe. So now the water is telling to the poet that I rise from the land and the bottomless sea in the form of water vapor. I rise upward into the sky and form clouds on the sky. And then I descend. That means I come down. So come down in the form of showers or rains. And what does it do when it falls as shower or rains to the earth? It lavies the draughts. It lavies the drought, means whichever place has been dry, it washes that places. It washes the atomies and the dust layers of the globe. The globe here means the earth. When the showers fall into the earth as rain, it washes away the drought places, it washes away the dust layers which had been accumulated in the upper layer of the earth and beautifies it. and all that in them without me were seeds only, latent, unborn. Then the rain says that without me means without the rain, the seeds were latent means hidden or buried under the ground and did not sprout. But as soon as the rain or the shower touches the surface of the earth, these latent or hidden seeds sprout out from the earth into small saplings, which were lying there buried unborn, means it gets life. The buried inanimate seeds, they get life as soon as the rain touches the surface of the earth. And forever, by day and by night, I give back life to my own origin. So here, the rain is telling that by day and by night and forever, it gives back life to its own origin. That means in the summer season, when everything becomes dry and the land looks parched and dry and the vegetation turns brown, everywhere we can see dryness, the touching of the shower or the rain to the ground makes everything lively. It gives life to this dead earth and make pure and beautify it. So we can see that when the earth is dry and everywhere we can see dryness, it doesn't look nice. But as soon as rains come and the showers touch the earth or the surface of the earth, we see greenery all over. The vegetation becomes green. We see flowers sprouting. We see new leaves coming on the trees, and this makes the world look very beautiful. For song issuing from its birthplace after fulfillment, wandering, wrecked or unwrecked, duly with love, returns. So here, the last lines of the poem, it is written within brackets, and these lines are written for the poem, like the showers that rise from the water bodies and form clouds and comes back to the earth again, giving life and beauty to the earth. In the same way, the song or the poetry rises deep into the heart of the poet, and it is written in verses. This verse wanders to the readers, and the readers read the poems. They feel the bliss and pain, whatever is there in the poetry. And after this fulfillment of the journey, that means the verses or the poetries which is written for human beings to read after being read or after it has wandered from the heart of the poet to the heart and mind of the readers, it comes back again to the poet in the form of the praise or good comments. The work of poetry is to replenish the heart of the readers, to change their views and thoughts, to make their lives beautiful, to give them happiness, and to make them more energetic, whether it is read or unread, whether it is seen or not seen. Those lines of the poetry which is written by a poet and which wanders up to its readers, it gives life and it gives praise and comments, which is a thing of bliss for the poet. The same way, like the water rises from the water bodies, it moves to the sky, turns into clouds, and again comes back as showers, lovely, soft showers, which gives life to the dead earth, which gives greenery to the dry and parched earth. In the same way, the poetry also acts as a life-giving source for its reader. So here, the poet Walt Whitman compares the falling of the showers with the writing of poetries. It is a very beautiful poem written by Walt Whitman, in which he is having a conversation with the falling showers or with the rains, and it is a unique conversation, an unexpected answer which he gets from the rain, and he is so engrossed with the beauty of this falling shower that he feels that the rain is talking to him. So now we can sum up this poem by saying that everything in this globe has a cycle. It takes birth, fulfills its goals, wanders to different phases, and at last, whether it is heeded or unheeded, it duly returns back to its birthplace. Like the poetry returns to the poet's heart after moving to its readers, giving them pleasure and joy, and the poet receives the poetry as the love and appreciation of his readers. The same way, the rain that rises from the water bodies of the earth wanders as clouds high up into the sky and falls down to the earth with a life-giving power, enriching the soil and giving life to the latent seeds, making the dry lands cool and fertile. So, the life cycle of a poetry and the life cycle of a rain is similar. Both of them are life-giving, and it makes the reader's life happy and joyful. The same way, the rains make or give life to the earth when it falls down after wandering into the sky as clouds. So now I hope you understood the content of the poetry, The Voice of the Rain, and when you go through the lines, you will be able to understand it in a better way. Thank you for listening.